Hey
Yeah.
everyone, welcome to All About the Joy. This is the Private Lounge. I'm Carmen Lisa, your host, and this is the aforementioned, is that how you say it?
I think
I don't
so.
even know. The love of my life. Is that good? Is that embarrassing you? Like my goddaughter. Oh, wait. Juliana. Juliana's in the house. Hi, Julie. How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm good. How are
Wait,
you?
we have to tell people what that is. You taught me. Okay, we'll tell them later. Oh, you do it
I
with
painted
both?
my nails for you so I can do this.
Well, I didn't paint my nails. So just so you know, it might seem like, can you see me okay? It might be a little
Yeah.
blurry or whatever, but I'm using a new system. So I don't know. I don't know. We're just testing it out. I know you're on are you on your iPad or your computer?
My mom's computer.
Oh, totally cool. Look at you're all smiley. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say that we hung out the other day. We had you took me to lunch for my
Yeah.
birthday and we were at the beach and we were chatting and then I asked you if you would come on the show and you said yes. And so I wanted to ask you some questions as the representative of all Gen Z in the world to talk to Gen X.
Okay.
I'm going to represent all of Gen X. You're going to represent all of Gen Z. Okay.
Okay.
So, but we were talking about like making plans because you were 17.
Mhm.
I can't believe you're 17. That's just not going to make some sense. I'm sorry. Well, I couldn't believe like, cause when we were hanging out, wasn't it like, I felt like we haven't seen each other in a while,
Yeah.
but I felt like it was like there was no time that passed between us. Wasn't
Yeah.
it just fun?
And that's what happens every time. Yeah.
Why is it like, why do you think that happens? I think, okay,
I
how many
think
times did I say, remember when we were little? Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I'm in denial. Oh my God. But why do
I
you think it is?
I think we just click. So when it you always say it's the quality, not the quantity. So I think whenever we see each other, we do have that quality.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but you're absolutely right. But it was kind of like, and it's so weird because you and I have disagreements about a lot of things, but it's almost like it's not even that we're avoiding those conversations. It's like we can have those conversations and then we get right into the jam of the fun stuff, which is like the
Hmm.
silly, girly. I kind of love that. And I think it's because I'm not your parent. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's part of it is that I've always been like the auntie,
yeah.
that's the benefits. So I wanted to talk about one thing specifically because you're in this space right now where you have to make all these plans for your future. And I wanted to know what is like, I'm going to ask you some questions and you can answer, and anything you don't want to answer, I'll just delete. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What has been the hardest thing for you about this time in your life? You're about to graduate from high school and you have all of these choices in front of you. What do you think
Mhm.
has been the hardest part for you during this time period?
Okay, so I think for sure it's been what my steps are directly out of high school because I have a very good idea of what I want to do. Like, I know what career and like how I envision my future. But the problem that I've been struggling with is coming out of high school. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? You know that I have multiple plans. And so deciding which one to actually stand by, I haven't even done that yet.
Right. And I'm laughing because you have, I'm going to say
I
four
think
ideas.
three.
Okay, well, we're not going to discuss what the plans are
Yeah.
because I don't want to get in the middle with her and her parents about nothing. I ain't even touching that with a 10-foot pole. But my whole thing was the reason why this came up is because I kept saying to you, like, I kept kind of laughing because you have these exact plans of how it's going to
Yeah.
happen. Whatever, those three,
Yeah.
I'm going to say full because I'm still hoping for the one that I want her to do to happen. But I'm just saying, like, you have a concrete idea of
Hmm.
how, and if you choose A, it's going to be do. And I was like, like, because it never works out. But I wasn't laughing at you.
No, I know. But yeah, it's like I know what I want and I'm gonna get it, just need to know how to start.
Well, okay, so what is the worst thing that adults are doing besides laughing at you when you're trying to make decisions? But like, what's one of the worst things that maybe not just your parents, but I assume you're talking to counselors and all these other people, advisors
Mhm.
or whatever, but even me. I mean, I haven't really, this was our first time really talking about your plans with each other without anyone else involved. And I support whatever you want to do 100%, even if two of those ideas I don't love. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But what's the worst thing that adults are doing?
I don't know, just like instead of trying to be like encouraging, they'll say like all the negatives. And I feel like something you're good at is saying like both sides. Like you will see the good and the bad from everything. But a lot of the people I've talked to are just like, no, this is bad and I don't think you should do that. But this, on the other hand, like this other option that you have is good and that I like more. But like it's me, not you. It's like
Like,
they
I'll
kind of,
tell you what I would rather you do, but I'm not going to tell you not to do the thing that you want to do.
yeah,
Right. And I'll support whatever it is you choose to do, even if I hate
yeah,
it. And you
yeah,
know which you know how I feel about, like, I think something adults do that I see them do. I mean, it's because I'm not a parent, right?
yeah.
I'm not 24/7 with you. Is that your mama there?
It
Does
is.
she know?
She's behind the door.
So she wants to listen in on our
I
conversations.
think she's walking away. Oh no, she's here. Come here.
Just come and say hi.
It's because she's,
Okay, she doesn't want to be on camera, probably.
yeah, she sold her PJs.
That's all right. That's okay. But I think one of the things I watch adults do, not just to you, but to other kids, is imposing what they want you to do and at
Yes.
the same time negating what you want to do. Is that fair?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
What is something you're looking forward to after high school? Whatever choice you make.
Working.
Well, you're
Okay.
working now, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
But I'm, because I mean like if we're talking directly out of high school, I'm already planning on working like full time and I don't know why. I'm just like excited for that
Yeah. You
because
like
I don't know.
working.
I do. But yeah. No,
I'm just
other
going to warn you that will end soon. Like
oh,
loving
no,
working.
I know. When the first 2 weeks I was working, I was like, I love this. I want to work forever. But then now it's like, I don't know, but I'm still excited because
Yeah.
that'll kind of give me a glimpse into the future.
Right. But you were talking about, and I love this, like you have your money, you're saving your
Hmm.
money, you're spending money on classes that you want to take, like you
Hmm.
doing some Pilates or whatever it is. And I kind of like, for me, it's still hard because I still think of you as a little kid, which is, I, it's more of an endearing thing. It's not meant to be like you're not mature. But when I
Hmm.
hear you like, oh no, I'm saving money and I'm doing this and it freaks me out, you know, because I'm like, no, no.
It freaks me out too because I love spending my money. So knowing that I have like a part that I can't use is like,
No, but I love that you're doing that. A lot of people don't.
yeah,
I didn't do that at your age at all. I
yeah,
mean,
I got my paycheck today and I'm saving that.
yeah, okay. For the gift that you're buying me on top of taking me out for my birthday. So I'm going to get that gift when? Are you mailing it to me?
Send me a list.
Do you feel pressure that you have to take the right path, whatever that right path is?
Yes. Yeah. So I think especially in the past at least 6 months since being a senior, that's like been the time that I'm considering all my options. And I've tried to look at every option, think of the best, think of the worst, and see how it can help me out in general.
Okay, what is the thing that stresses you out the most about your future?
What stresses me out is not being on the right path, like career wise, that because my two options would be being a lawyer or working in marketing, and those are two completely different things.
I
But
look
both
at
of
I say
them,
that because they can mesh together, right?
I know they can both use like what I'm majoring in. so
Right.
it's fine. But what stresses me is that I'm gonna pick one of those and then realize I wish I picked the other one, or just not be able to decide and just make the
Right.
wrong decision.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you when I went to college at UVM, I started off as an economics major. Then I was a political science major, right? Because I came from an industry of people who worked in finance, and then I wanted to be. I thought like, oh, I took one class in politics or whatever, and I was like, oh, I want to be a political science major. And then I was like, oh, but theater, I love theater. You know what I mean? And then I started taking film classes. So the reason why I bring this up is I made so many changes, and I would tell you that most of my friends started off doing one thing and ended up doing something else. And
Hmm.
I ended up, because I had made so many changes, I ended up with a degree in English and film. I ended up, those were my studies. That was not what I started in with. I thought I knew what I wanted to do. And then I was able to experience the world in a different way that I could find my way back to performing in some way, shape, or form, right? With film and stuff and
Hmm.
studying. I mean, I didn't study film in college as a performer, but that was what was leading me to coming back to Hollywood, right? To finding my way back here and then moving out here. I had no intentions when I first went into college thinking that I would end up back where I always wanted to be, because you have all those pressures and weirdness or whatever that guide you the wrong way, or you don't know if it's the right decision. So I guess what I'm saying is, and this is where I know maybe your parents would want to hit me upside the head, but I think you just have to be open minded. That's why I was laughing, open minded to the possibility that change
Hmm.
is inevitable. You know what I mean? Like you might have that's why I was laughing. Like you might have a focus of what you think is going to happen. And hopefully all the changes you get to make are your choice, right? I mean, that's what I hope. Because sometimes things happen, like, I hurt my hip. I cannot dance anymore. That's not something
Hmm.
that was a choice, you know? So I just want you to not be so stressed about the choices you're making.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've heard so many stories of people like changing their majors and doing all that. So that's not what scares me. It just like the end result of what career,
Right,
not necessarily what I'm studying.
right. But you're going to be fine. I think what's interesting is how much you've thought about this. And,
Yeah.
you don't want to just be a lawyer. You want to be a corporate lawyer. Like you're very
Yeah.
specific on what it is you want to do. And so I
Yeah.
kind of love that. And I applaud that. I think what I'm most afraid of is when people put so much pressure on teenagers to make a decision and almost forcing them to do, like I see a lot of parents wanting their kids to do things because they didn't do them. You want to give your kids everything you don't have, but if you're not paying attention to what the kid wants, you can't live vicariously through your kid. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, of course, you're going to be like, yeah, totally makes sense. Totally. Wait, I'm
No,
going to
but I
say,
do
wait.
understand.
Oh, am I boring you? Sorry.
No, I every time I yawn, I think about you like how you're gonna say that you're making me sleepy.
Just thinking.
I
I'm a
woke up at
little
5:30.
okay,
Excuse.
but because you went to your class, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you handle it when something you planned doesn't go the way you thought?
Um, Everything goes my way. No, I'm just kidding.
I think you're kind of a go with the flow kind of person.
A lot of the time I can do things and it doesn't end up going my way, but honestly, that does push me to get better. Like, I can give an example that in swim, I started swimming my sophomore year. Everyone in swim started when they were like 5 years old, and
Right.
I was not good at it. And if I went back right now, I still wouldn't be good at it. But I can say that I'm better now than I was back then, and it's something that I've just come to accept. I think that's like when I'm not good at something and something doesn't go my way, like I've learned to accept it and then like branch out from it. I'm still like trying my best to be active now, and I go to the gym and I go to Pilates, and I'm being active in different ways, and I'm still like training my body and helping me in like different ways. So I think
Right.
being like, if it doesn't go my way, I can learn from that and Like, I didn't start going to the gym until last year.
Yeah, but I'm going to disagree with you on something. Surprise.
Okay.
Because here's what you're doing that you're leaving out. You were amazing at karate. You're a great skier, right?
Well,
Great
that's
runner.
new.
I know, but I'm just saying it's kind of interesting, right? That you don't even
Yeah.
like you're not even not that may not be your love, but for some reason I think it's because you had so many friends who were swimmers. Swimming became kind of this weird
Yeah.
bar for you that you wanted to excel at it, and then you realize
Yeah.
it's not my jam. But you're really
Yeah.
a great skier. You were great at karate, even if you didn't love it. You were really good at it. I went to your
Yeah.
competition. I was very proud of you. But okay, go ahead.
I
I
did
just
love
wanted to
it.
throw that out there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do agree. Like, also my dirt bikes, like, I'm kind of good at that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, as an example, like something I wasn't good at. For a long time, not being good at swim made me think that I wasn't able to be good at anything, and I didn't really realize how much potential I had in different things. Like, even if it wasn't being athletic, I could be good at different things. Like, I'm creative, or I can read a lot of
You
books, and I
read a
can,
lot. You
yeah,
read.
like, I can be all of that, and then still be good at that. That doesn't mean I have to be good in every aspect of everything, like,
Mhm.
so it's kind of just realizing what you're good at and what you're not and trying to work on that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that about
Yeah.
you. I think it's really good. It's a hard thing for people to understand that you don't have to be good at everything. There are adults who don't understand that, you
Yeah.
know? And you can try things. You try a lot of different things and then you excel at some of them and some of them you don't. And then you figure out a
Yeah.
way to move through it. And I think you did that very well with swimming. Wait, didn't I donate a lot of money to your swimming
You
thing?
did. You
Jesus.
did.
Okay. Well, that won't ever happen again.
Thank you.
Wait. Okay. We'll tell people later what that means. Okay. I didn't know it was both.
You can do both.
I think I like the one. Okay. All right.
You have to
Okay.
do the kissy face.
I don't like that part. I think it's weird. I don't
You're
know.
going like this. It's like
What?
this.
Like
You're
this.
going like this.
Oh, really? This is the old people way. Okay. People gonna be like, this is weird. But this is, I just want you to know she's telling me what's going on in the Gen Z world. That's what she's just
Yeah.
giving me some. But here's the thing, like I kid around with you, but I would never watch me be doing it with all it like in the future. It's like when you see old people trying to be like cool with like it doesn't work. You can't
Do
know.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do adults misunderstand about Gen Z decision making?
I don't know. I feel like as as a whole, we've really modernized in a way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, us compared to 50 years ago or whatever, like, completely different. So I think being in that era of time before and seeing it now is just very different.
Mhm.
And they might not grasp that, but yeah, I don't really know.
But like technology, you mean you have more
Yeah,
access?
I was thinking that when it comes to school, for example, everything's online now, and that's just completely different
You don't have to
things.
know
Yeah,
everything about it, you know. I'm
it's a
sorry.
lot of things.
You were doing great the other day. Do you get nervous and you start saying like a lot?
No, I just say like,
Yeah, stop
I
saying.
like,
No.
like,
No, you don't want to like. You know, see you this is where you're full of shit. 'Cause you know. I think I say and I told you this. I say
yeah,
and a lot. And
yeah.
those are like weird placeholders in our conversations. And so, but for you, it's not that like is bad. It's I used to say like all the time too.
I say when I'm being asked a question I don't know how to answer.
Right. So just say I don't know how to answer that and I don't want to answer it. Instead of being like. No, okay.
Just cut it out.
Oh, but you
Can
know what?
can we?
Because here's why. If I do it that many times, you're gonna look like this in the picture. Because that's why I'm telling you. You know how you see those edits? And it's too much. And then you're like,
There should be like a
now you're gonna be self-conscious about it. I love it. I
there
love
should be a app that blurs out words that you
You
don't
know
want to
what?
use.
Right. But you know what? You'll learn to stop. I used to say it all the time. That's why I noticed it so quickly. Yeah.
One and the
It's not a
same.
bad thing. It's just part of being a teenager and growing up. I know, right? Do people know what that means? They don't know what this means either. Right, right.
They look
Should
the
we tell them?
same.
We do look the same. Should we tell them? Keep it a
If you
secret.
want.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's like
So
September 9th, I think,
when
right? Or 6th?
I think it's September 9th.
Mm-mm.
This is going to be a weird video. I mean, it's going to be a
Yeah.
weird private lounge because people can
This
be like,
is,
okay, so when you were little and I was younger, not when we were both little. Because I've known you since you were born. I think you were 2 days old when I met you. When you were little, I used to say we were like twins. I forget why we brought it up or whatever, right? And I said we were twins because look at our elbows are exactly the same. That was what we came up with. And so it became a thing. And then we have
yeah.
our day, and it's in September. That's Carmen and Juliana Day. Or I should say Juliana and Carmen Day, because you should probably go first, but whatever. It's
Why?
our
If it's alphabetical.
yeah, I guess it would be Carmen and Julie Day. Okay. All right. Do you think your generation approaches work and life differently than mine did at your age? I mean, I already know the answer is yes, but
Yeah. Work and life differently. I do think so in many ways because I think work was in like teenagehood, it was like more looked on back then, I think, because I know, like,
what do you
for
mean by looked
example,
on?
it was more like people were working more. Like,
Oh yeah, we were work. I mean, I was working when
yeah,
I was 12.
like
Well,
I was gonna
yeah,
say, my dad started working when he was 12. I didn't start until I was almost 17.
right.
And no, I was 17, yeah. So it's just it starts much earlier, and so that's very different from now, I think, and especially considering how many laws there are, like stopping teens from working young.
Okay, that's way before our time though too. I
I know,
like,
I know, but now,
right.
like, it's just,
Oh, but
it's
you mean
crazy
now people, you
strict.
mean
Yeah.
parents don't want teenagers working?
No, it's that. I mean, for my school, you can't work until you're 16 because we have to give work
Mm.
permits.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, you're right. I was
There's
wrong. You're right.
there's very big restrictions on how many hours you can work, when you can work. So I think that's very different now compared to when you were a kid and you could work whenever, right?
Right. Well, I think there's two different things you're talking about. I think this is the difference.
Mhm.
I wasn't officially working at 11 and 12 years old.
Yeah.
I was working at like Little Peach, which is like, it's a corner store, like 7-Eleven, I guess, here, because I knew somebody who worked there and
Mhm.
they would pay me like $5 or $10, you know, to put the cans on the whatever. And so it wasn't like an official job. It's not like
Mhm.
I was getting Social Security and money taken out or anything. I mean, I didn't get probably my first real job till I was like 16 or 17 years old too. But I'm just saying, I think the culture is probably very different. Like, I don't
Yes.
remember your mom and dad being like, she's got to start working at 12. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
Like,
think also
but you worked for your
I
dad doing bookkeeping. You know QuickBooks
yeah,
better than a lot of people I hire.
and I didn't get paid for that.
Well, he would say you have a roof over your
I was
head
gonna
and
say
food on the
exactly
table.
that.
He would
I was gonna
totally
say
say
that.
that. So, you know, in a lot of ways, you were doing the same thing. You were just doing it for your dad and you were doing bookkeeping,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah, I do agree on that, but at the same time, it's still like, I think we also grew up under different circumstances, and
True,
needing a job was more needed than for me.
true.
But it's still, I think, still in general, there is a big difference in that,
Yeah,
even
I agree with
just
you.
for anyone.
I think there's also a lot of, like, on the bad side of it, there's a lot of, and this is not your fault. This is, I think, parents' fault. There's a lot of protecting their children from
Hmm.
doing anything. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
we talked about this in the past, like even just being able to go outside and play or whatever. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, that's not even an option or whatever. So,
I think
and,
that's very big on safety too,
yeah,
of just everything,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's weird because it's my generation of people who are the parents we're talking about. And I
Hmm.
think when I was growing up, I think there was the other extreme where we were left alone all the time. We were gone in the morning. We didn't come back till late at night because,
Hmm.
the lights went down or whatever. It was a very different time. And so it feels like the pendulum went the other way, which is
Hmm.
really protective and really overbearing. And so they both have their faults and their pluses and minuses, but I think that's what you're talking about too. And
Yeah.
same thing with work. I mean, I don't think any of the adults in my life were concerned that I was working at 12 and 13 years old. What matters most to you when you think about your future? Money, stability, passion, or freedom?
Okay.
Could
Money
be
is
all of
very,
those or none of
yeah,
those.
I think it is all of them. I can go into what like is most though. I think money is very important because
Mhm.
I think especially with how the economy looks, making more money is more important. Not,
Sad about that, but you're right.
yeah, it's not really about I want to be able to be happy in what I do while making money. And I think the only way I can do that is really working towards it, you know? And
Look,
there's not,
everybody wants to make money doing something they
yeah,
love. It just doesn't always work out that way.
yeah.
But I want it to work out for you.
Hmm. If I really like, if money didn't matter and I got to do whatever I wanted, like I'd be a teacher. But
Oh my God, that's so sad because you know what? A lot of my friends would say the
mhm,
same thing.
yeah, and I'd
You'd be a
love to
great
be a
teacher.
teacher.
Be a
I think I
great
would be
teacher.
too.
That's so
But
sad that we don't pay teachers enough money
I
or give them a
know,
quality of life so that people like you would want to be teach. See, you'd be an amazing teacher.
I know. Like I would drop everything to be a teacher.
That's so sad. No, I mean, I think it's great, but that's so sad that we're going to
Yeah,
lose out on someone. Like, what grade would you want to teach to? Little kids, huh?
elementary. Yeah,
Yeah. See, I knew that.
yeah,
Oh, Julie, you'd be a great teacher. I'm just sad about the state of our country and the way in which we treat teachers because
yeah.
I think about all my friends who are like Billy was a teacher and left because he could make money. Andrea was a teacher. She left.
Hmm.
These would be great, great teachers. And now you're saying that. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. Okay. No, I'm sorry for us. I think we're losing
Yeah,
out. But yeah, I love that. And I'll say this. I hate that money is an important part of it. But you're
yeah,
not wrong. But I wish the answer had been passion, you know,
yeah,
because in the real world, our passions would be what we would ad- but we can't live without money here. You can't live in
yeah,
California. It was so funny because when you were here, you were like, "Oh, I wish I lived here." And I was like, "If I get a 2 bedroom, like." But it's so expensive. Everything is so expensive.
yeah.
What are the things you know you want in life, no matter what path you take?
A family.
Oh, so
Yeah.
cute. And that's changed since you were like 8.
What did she know?
It was so cute. I remember, I don't know how old you were, but I don't know, you were like maybe 9 or 10, I don't know. And you were like, I don't want to have kids either. It was like,
I was still a kid
no, but I
talking
was like, why
about.
are you even thinking of this? I think it was also because of the dolls and whatever. You know what I mean? And now you want a family. I love that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Okay, cute. All right, but we're gonna wait till you become that lawyer and everything, right? We're gonna and I need to meet everyone. There is no one. Okay, I just want to be clear. I know your mom and dad have dibs on whatever, but the real deal right here. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Okay. What's one thing you've learned about yourself this year that surprised you? Ooh.
This year just started.
Say in the past 300
Yeah,
and whatever.
that surprised me.
Yeah.
Um,
That's not the right time to use it, is it? It's not the right time to use it. um, hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
No, because that is a good question, and I do want to figure out the answer.
I
I
think
feel
something that
like,
surprised me the other day is how quickly, after we haven't seen each other for a while and we haven't talked, because we used to talk at least, I would say once a week, but then I would see you once a month because we don't live that close to each other. As
mhm.
you found out driving home for 3 hours.
4.
It was 4 hours.
I got home at 7:40.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Something must have happened
I
though.
don't, I don't know.
No, but I'm just telling you that it's usually like an hour and a half at most.
I know.
Yeah. But what surprised me is how easily within, I think it was, I don't know, 5 minutes, we were back to the way it's always been.
Yeah,
And I love that. I love that. And I love it
yeah,
because that to me means we have a real friendship. Because my real
yeah.
friendships, that's how it is. I might not talk to people for years. And the reason why we haven't talked, I just want to let the audience know, is not for any other reason, but except that you were being a teenager. You were growing up. You had to do what you had to do.
I was
Okay,
just busy.
yeah. I don't know. She was busy, boy. I don't know. She was busy, but we had a slight disagreement, and I let you do what you had to do. Wasn't that the best way to handle it, or would you had preferred that I kept?
No, yeah,
Well, no. I mean, you can. We don't have to. I mean, I'm just curious. We had a disagreement. I didn't like something she did, and I just let her be. But
yeah.
I'm not a parent. What would you have preferred?
No, this is good.
You don't want to talk
Yeah.
about. Okay, well,
No,
just say that.
it's just like what happened was what it was good the way it happened. I think if anything else would have happened, it would have been different now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is interesting for people to hear. Are you going to be mad if I leave it in?
No.
I think what's interesting, because I wish a lot of parents would hear this too, is again, it's easy for me because I'm not responsible for you 24/7. So I get it.
Hmm.
But I think badgering people over and over and over again and trying to force you to be something you're not, or trying to force you to believe what I believe, or trying to, you know what I mean, is never, it never works, especially when somebody's a teenager. Like I always
Yeah.
say to you, you have to figure out whatever it is you need to figure it out. I told you where I stand. I'm a grown
Yeah.
woman. I'm not going to fight with a teenager,
Yeah.
right? And I think that gave you the freedom to do whatever you needed to do. But you tell me what you think about that.
I think like it was everything's like handled properly.
I'm not trying to make you give me kudos. I'm trying to make you teach people what works for someone like you.
Just
It's
like
different for parents.
I think for parents, if there is something that goes wrong, the parent should reach out and make sure that everything's okay. Especially, even though it's everyone's first time living, I think the parent is older and they should have a more mature view on the situation. If the child is being more mature, then there's something wrong.
Wait, are you saying that you think you've been more mature than your parents? Be careful how you
I'm
answer.
not saying anything.
Hey, you think
Giving,
you were more mature than me in this situation?
I'm giving advice.
Just giving advice. Okay. Yeah. No. You're right. I think sometimes adults, I'm not just going to say parents, but sometimes
Yeah.
adults react a certain way to teenagers. And I always say this, forgetting that they were once teenagers themselves.
Hmm.
Like teenagers are going to act like teenagers. They're going to do that. That's not a bad or a good thing. It just is what it is. You have to figure things out on your own. And my whole thing has always been when you're ready to come to the table, we can have that conversation. And I think that's what we did the other day, which I thought was
Yeah.
amazing because it was kind of cool. And there was no like, I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry. It wasn't that. It was just like, you know what? Right? We didn't do that. It
Hmm.
wasn't even, yeah. I kind of think that's what bothers me about parents when I watch, and it's because I don't have kids. When I watch parents and I see them just badgering kids over and over and over again, and I'm like, you're not listening.
Yeah.
In all fairness to parents, it must be really hard to have somebody who's 4 or 5 years old, right? Or baby, whatever. And you have to do everything for them. And then they turn into a teenager. And then there's like this clash of like, no, I want to do it on my own,
Hmm.
which I think you're going to experience when you have that family. I can't wait. I can't wait because I'm going to laugh my ass off, girl. No, I mean, I can wait. I can wait a long time, like in your 30s or something. Okay. Let me be clear. If you could give advice to your 14-year-old self, what would you say?
Get off TikTok.
Oh, really? I'm off of TikTok right now. Are you being
Really?
serious?
No. No, I love TikTok. I'm on it every day.
Okay, I was on, remember that's why when it was Musically. Remember because
Yeah,
you were
I
on it,
joined
you
when,
introduced me
yeah,
to it, and it was so cool back then. Now it's a lot.
yeah. No, the real advice I would give is I think just
Listen to your godmother always. Just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
you should make this your logo.
Yeah. Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, but I think honestly just staying like true to myself. I feel like okay, that's obviously the most basic advice to give, and I think every person has given that advice, but I truly do believe that because I've gone through a lot of phases in my life,
Hmm.
and going through all of them built me to who I am today. If I didn't stay true to that and I didn't be like, if I wasn't who I was, then I don't know how I would be
Yeah.
now. I think it's just very important that we all trust the timing that we're given and
Oh, I
everything
like
will
that.
end up falling into place because back then I was 14 when I was a sophomore. I think back then I was definitely making new friends and being introduced to a lot of new people.
Mhm.
And if I saw who I am now, it would have been, I don't know if I would have been happier or sad, but you know,
No.
I think if I was talking to my 13-year-old self, that would be a little different because when I was 13, I just started high school.
Mhm. Yeah, because your birthday's at the end of the
Yeah,
year.
yeah. But 13 was a very like, I don't know. That year I didn't really have any friends. I was starting a new school. So, I think that's kind of similar to where I'm at now.
Yeah, because it's a change. You're making
Yeah.
a change in
So,
your life, you know? So not getting off of TikTok is not what you would tell yourself, but you would tell
no, I was
yourself,
just saying
yeah, no, no, no. I mean, but you would tell yourself what comes to mind right now? Your 13-year-old self.
just grow.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
go, girl.
You go, girl. Yeah. And listen to your godmother. I think if I could change one thing about our relationship, mm,
Mm, I won't
mm.
say it.
Oh, say it. Say it.
No, I can't.
No, please say it.
I
What?
can't. It's controversial.
Well, now you have to say it because I don't know what
No,
it is.
I'm not gonna say it.
Can you text it to me?
No. I think if I would change one thing about our relationship is that I live by the beach.
So you live near me. Now you're gonna have to tell me because now am I gonna be sad? Is that why?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if there was one thing I could change, I was gonna uplift. But see, you have to dig down. You see how it is punching down. I lift up. Okay, that's the difference between you and me. Okay, if I were to change one thing about our relationship, I think is um yeah, it's controversial. I don't want to say it either. You're right. I don't want to say it
Oh,
either.
no, you're just teasing now.
I realize now, like that can be painful. I don't know.
No, now you have to.
Oh no! Oh, see how that feels? Doesn't that feel horrible? Okay. Okay. Better yet, what is one thing that if you could change about your own life, what would it be? If I could change one thing about my life, I'll start with me. I would have moved out to California when I was much younger. I would have done it. I would have come to college here because I love this town so much. That's the one
Okay.
thing I wish I had done, but I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. What about you?
I just asked to be older, so then I already know what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. No, absolutely not. That's not how it works. But this is the most exciting time, Julie. I know it sounds weird coming from older people or whatever, but
Yeah.
oh man, 17 and 18, this is the fun time. This is the
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to
No.
tell everybody what this means? Do we want to, or we're
It's just a heart.
right? So she was
It's
explaining it's a heart. See, it makes a heart. Yeah. But what's with the kissy face? I don't like that part. It's so goofy.
I can't even do it when I laugh.
Okay, I'm leaving this all in because it's going to be so goofy, but I love it. Well, look at thank you so much for hanging out on the private lounge with me. I appreciate it. No,
Yeah,
I
of
think it's
course.
cool. Look at I always think it's cool to have people from a different generation, whether older or younger, on the show. So you didn't even hesitate. You were like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I thought you weren't going to want to do it. Why are you so tired?
I woke up at 5:30.
I get up every day at 4:30. You're
What
supposed to
time
be
did you go
like
to
me,
sleep?
twins.
What time did you go to sleep?
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Twins.
I
Twins.
went to sleep at midnight.
Okay. So yeah, and you went to Pilates.
And then I'm going to the gym tonight.
Okay. Well, don't overdo it. Okay. But I
I
love
know.
you for doing this. Thank you so much for being on the
Yeah.
show. I will edit it so you look good. And
Yeah, because I'm looking a little wrecked.
okay, I don't, okay, you're ridiculous. Okay. All right. Everyone, thank you
I
so much for
know.
stopping by. I appreciate it. And remember, at the end of the day, it really is all about the joy. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Wow.
Thanks for stopping by. All about the joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.